We are a community of like-minded, health-conscious people. I think some more people will be joining us. I see we have a couple more. Thank you for coming tonight and taking the time. The information we're going to share with you is something that has really just helped us stay on a better path to health. And some of it you're going to already know, and it's logical, but sometimes you have to be reminded of it. It's kind of like going on a road and you kind of start veering off. We're going to help you get back on that road. And we love hearing your input too. So anytime you want to talk in the chat and share, things that you found helpful, healthy hacks, stuff like that, we're all about it. So we are a community of people that are sharing simple changes. We're not perfect, okay? We don't pretend to be perfect. And so, but we love education. So we love the education that we receive from this community. And that's what we're going to share with you so that you are in the know also. All right. And so our mission is to inspire healthy living around the world. And we do believe that making simple changes, just changing out different things over time, leads to the compound effect of better health and optimal health. And so that's what my family has been doing for the last 21 years since learning all this information. And so I'm going to share with you some of our story. We have two boys and a girl. And, the boy on the right, he was actually diagnosed with high functioning autism. So that actually was something that made us go even deeper into nutrition and alternative health and things like that. So we've really learned so much through all that. And thankfully, our family is so much healthier by being in this community and using the tools that we're going to share with you as a way to get more plants, basically, and more healthy foods every single day so that you can have optimal health. But first, we've got to look at, what's going on in our country. Our country's not so healthy. A lot of people have heart disease, cancer, diabetes is on the rise, obesity. And so those are things that we really have to watch out for ourselves and for our family to keep them healthy. And Dr. David Katz says our children are more harmed by poor diet than by exposure to drugs, alcohol, and tobacco combined. So we're going to talk a lot about diet, today. And one of the things that we're combating is environmental toxins. You never know what's in your air or what you're putting on your skin. So think about your skin as a way to filter. And also we have like kidneys that filter and livers that filter, and we want to keep those. So we've got to be very careful, how many toxins we have, but we also want to be able to detox on a daily basis. And there are certain things that you can do to detox. So we're going to talk about those things. A lot of our food is processed nowadays. And unfortunately, things are added like genetic modification or hormones, to make bigger chickens, things like that, or trans fats, things that will help sell products, right? To keep them on the shelf or to make them look better. Our fruits and vegetables, they're irradiated or they're waxed so that they look better, stuff like that. So you just want to know this so that you can do the best you can to offset that, right? We're going to give you some ideas of offsetting. So even broccoli or anything can lose nutrients once it's picked. So it's good to know that. So what can we do to be healthier? Number one, not really number one, but exercise is so important. I know some people would say it's number one. Michelle's nodding. So you'd probably say it's number one. I know I feel better when I exercise. How many of you feel better when you exercise? Like our bodies were meant to move. I know that because when I exercise, I have all the energy in the world. Like it's unbelievable. Even after like 3 hours of racquetball, I still have lots of energy to come home and clean the whole house. So you really gain energy from exercising, and you also detox your body. Sleeping helps your hormones that need to come out at night. So we need to get really good sleep. And then managing our stress. I would love to hear in the chat, what are you doing to manage your stress? Racquetball for me. I try to do deep breathing. I'm not very good at it. And there's other things I do. I go outside. So tell us what you do to manage your stress. It's very important that you take care of you because you're probably the advocate for better health for your whole family, right? And I'm depending on you guys for the muting. Let me see if I can do anything about that. Um, I'll do mute upon entry. There we go. You guys take care of the rest. Okay. So, drinking water is another way to detoxify your cells. You know, we have a lot of cells, we have trillions of cells. So, we need to detoxify our cells, hydrate our cells. Using safer products is another way to, not have as many toxins. And then eating real food. Real food rots or sprouts. It's actually alive. And so you gain live enzymes and benefit from live food. So we're mostly going to concentrate on live food. And a lot of that, the foundation of health is fruits and vegetables. Okay. So the experts agree most diseases are preventable with good nutrition. So that's what we're going to focus on. And I don't want people to think they don't have some kind of control over their health. You have a lot of control. And so just know that. So the bad news is that we do have oxidative stress. That's just a part of aging, that we have this, and also just breathing or metabolizing our foods. We have something called oxidative stress, okay? And we don't really know it. We're out at the mall or we're getting our nails done or whatever, right? Or we're on a Zoom, but we have oxidative stress every day and we have a certain amount. We need to have the same amount of antioxidants to combat that oxidative stress. That oxidative stress leads to mutated cells, which then lead to disease, okay? So, or it leads to aging quicker. We don't want to age quicker. We want to age just when we're supposed to age, right? So you don't want to look like you had a quote hard life. The people that had a hard life might have not had as many antioxidants. Okay, so we've got to keep that. I'm saying that so you guys will remember. Okay, that you want to have as many antioxidants as possible. Just like that apple needs the lemon, which is the antioxidant to stop the oxidative stress, we need that in our bodies. And so the main source of that is fruits and vegetables. The other reason is vitamins. You know, vitamins, people think that they could just take a pill and they've bridged the gap between what they should eat and what they do eat. But a vitamin supplement is barely scratching the surface of what an apple has. An apple has 10,000 nutrients, okay? A vitamin supplement might have 30. If they include the minerals, then you might have 30. But the apple, 10,000, that's one page of 25 of what's in an apple. Same with kale, papaya, mango, peach, you name it. They've all got about 10,000 different nutrients, and you want them all, with calcium, you want the boron, the phosphorus, the vitamin K, all those things, magnesium, that make the calcium get absorbed and stay absorbed. Okay. So that's all in nature. The more you take in nature, the body knows what to do with it too. The Annals of Internal Medicine said enough is enough. We don't need to do vitamin research because it doesn't prevent disease. But fruits and vegetables have been proven to prevent disease. So you could look up any disease you're worried about and you'll see, number one, eat more fruits and vegetables. Time magazine says the news isn't that fruits and vegetables are good for you, it's that they're so good they could save your life. So I want you to picture that whenever you go to the grocery store, the most important area that you can spend time is the produce area. And so, we need to have 7 to 13 servings every single day. Can you imagine eating 7 to 13 every day? Can anybody do that? It's really hard. 7 is for children, 13 is for men who exercise, and it's a minimum from the government. Okay, so if you want to have optimal health, don't you want to go above the minimum, not the mediocre, right? So we've got to have even more because they're picked early, they're trucked across, wherever, and we're not getting enough. We're not getting enough servings. We're not getting enough colors. Like imagine all the colors. You might eat the, excuse me, you might eat the same ones all the time. That's not giving you a variety of nutrients. So I want to share with you my before and after picture because I know it's shocking to some people. So I was not a healthy eater at all. I mean, McDonald's, M&M's, Coca-Cola, those are my brand names. Okay, for you guys, it's pretty sad. The standard American diet, sad diet. I didn't understand or even know or even care, about nutrition until somebody intervened in my life. And same with you guys tonight. Somebody intervened in your life to invite you to this, just to have you stop and think about how you're doing on your health. And so thankfully, she introduced me to Juice Plus, which is fruits, vegetables, berries, and a capsule. And we're going to hear more about that in a second. But she was just so excited, I bought it. And then I found out I was pregnant with my second baby. This is my first baby. And then right after that, 6 months later, I got pregnant with my second, just in time for him to have Juice Plus. And that's when I started to do some research on, is this a good product? And I have a research background, and the research was solid. So I was very happy to use it as my prenatal, along with some other things we'll hear about today. But by the third baby, which is the bottom baby, that's at age 40. There's an 8-year gap between these pictures because I have 3 kids. And by that time, I was so much healthier. But the doctor was not thrilled that I was 40 and pregnant. He was like, oh no, your eggs are 40, you're advanced age, all these things. I'm like, listen, buddy, I've done a lot to improve my health. And I think these pictures really show it. Right. So, anyway, you can do a lot for your health no matter what age you're at. For me, I no longer have allergies. I no longer have the bumps on the backs of my arms, which a lot of people I know have those, trying to figure out what is it. It's nutrition. Who would have thought? I never thought about it. I just thought I could put some creams on there and it'd go away. But it really is from the inside out. So what is Juice Plus? Juice Plus is fruits, vegetables, berries. You can see the bottles down there. What they do is they take vine ripened fruits and vegetables and berries. They pulverize them, taking out the salt, the sugar, and the water, and putting it into concentrated powders. Okay. And then we also just came out with a wonderful plant-based omega, which has seeds. And I'll let Michelle finish the rest about that in a second. But here is the fruits, vegetables, berries. So when you take in the fruits, you're having acerola cherry. Like when was the last time you saw that at the store? Apples, beets, peach, pineapple, lemon peel, cranberry, date, orange, mango, prune. When you're having the vegetable blend, you're having beet, broccoli, cabbage, rice bran, lemon peel, parsley, carrot, garlic, kale, spinach, tomato. I mean, can you imagine eating that every day? And then the berry blend, artichoke, bilberry, blackberry, blueberry. I'm lost because I'm moving my people around. Black currant, cranberry, elderberry, cocoa, Concord grape, pomegranate, and raspberry. Can you imagine even buying that at the store, how much that would cost? I mean, those berries alone. So that's what you get in Juice Plus, and it really is a way to have a great habit. You just take 2 capsules of each color every day, and you've had all this produce that's been juiced for you, and you can feel it. So I'm going to give it to Michelle, and she can share how she's been feeling it all this time.
So thank you, Sharon. Hi, everyone. So I first learned of Juice Plus 10 years ago, and it's because of Sharon. We met outside of our local gym, and we just hit it off, and she mentioned Juice Plus, and I had been going to a holistic pediatrician for 3 years with my kids, and he had it all over his office. He just never had an opportunity to tell me what it was. And so I was really grateful to her that day because my son, as you can see here at the top left-hand corner, he was from the age of 3 weeks old. He was diagnosed with reflux and it turned into acid reflux, and he projectile vomited for like 10 months. So by the time he started eating regular food, he was super picky and would not eat vegetables no matter what I did. And so he was constantly sick. So when she met me, I had this snotty nosed little boy and he was always sick. And I knew that because I was restricted from going to the gym most of the time because he was sick and he could not go to the daycare. So we started on Juice Plus. I was like, this makes sense. An easy way to get these fruits and vegetables and gummies. And me and my kids, we were eating them like they were candy. She shared some samples with us and they were so delicious. And within 2 months, jaw dropping for me because I hadn't seen him as healthy as he was 2 months later. That entire time, within 2 months, he hadn't been sick, not one time since he started on Juice Plus. And then he began to pick up broccoli one day, a whole floor of broccoli, and eat it. And then the next day, cabbage. And this was my child who would not eat a slither of a fruit or of a vegetable. And so you see him below. He's with holding up some Swiss chard that I grew on my tower garden when I first got it 9 years ago. And I mean, today he's 11 and he's like my healthy kid. It's amazing. Like my entire family has seen transformation by us adding Juice Plus because we all started on it together. My daughter was 3 years old and she used to suffer from constipation. That disappeared. My husband had postnasal drip. And I don't know if you know anyone with postnasal drip, but that's like super annoying for some to hear, like someone choking and hacking. And it was just terrible, but that disappeared and I was grateful for that. And then as for me, I was always into fitness. Like most of my life, I played soccer in high school and college. And so always saw like my workouts, and what I noticed within 3 months was that my fitness levels improved significantly. Like I had more endurance, more stamina, and then my recovery times after crazy workouts that I would just try on a whim were like reduced significantly. So it's been almost 10 years that we've been taking it, and I will tell you, those are just some of the preliminary things that I noticed, but over the years there's been so many changes. Like we crave more fruits and vegetables. Juice Plus was the one simple change we started with back then. And so what really got me when I first heard about Juice Plus, because I grew up on vitamins, my mom was like, you don't eat very well, you need to supplement with a vitamin, right? Is that there's research behind Juice Plus. That was like really eye-opening, because I knew there was no research behind any of the vitamins I ever took. And so what I loved was that children, safe it is, and children between the ages of 4 and 18 can get it for free. So my children have been able to benefit from this, and it's called our Family Healthy Starts program. And what people notice, which my son is a testament to all of these things, is that your kid is not missing as much school because they're now healthier most of the time. And even if they do catch something, it goes away fairly quickly. They're taking less over-the-counter prescriptions or medications. That was my son. Drinking more water, eating more fruits and vegetables, seeing the doctor less, and consuming less fast food and soft drinks. Like my son was truly the testament of this. And so I was just so grateful that Sharon really shared with me that day, because it has totally just changed our lives. And so if you go on to the next slide, Sharon. Okay, so this is another favorite of mine, because when I first met Sharon, I was not into shakes or protein mix. I had tried different ones, and I realized the ones I had tried in the past were all whey protein, and I just could not stomach it. And then I used to look at the ingredient list and think, what in the world are these ingredients on here? Like it used to sound like something out of a laboratory. So I was kind of against protein shakes. And then I was introduced to our Juice Plus Complete Shakes, which is all plant-based. And it's so safe that me and my kids could drink them back then. Like it was an easy meal. It's vegan, non-GMO ingredients, gluten and dairy-free, 13 grams of protein, 8 grams of fiber. So that helps you in the bathroom. And it's low glycemic. So someone like my dad, who back then was diabetic, this is something he could drink instead of some of those over-the-counter things they offer in the stores as a supplemental drink for diabetics. He could drink this and get so many more nutrients out of it. So look at the ingredients. It has broccoli sprouts, radish sprouts, alfalfa sprouts, chickpea powder, millet, quinoa, amaranth. I mean, all these ancient greens. I probably wouldn't eat half of these things if it wasn't in this shake. It has pea protein, rice protein, and water washed soy. And what I love about this is like, there's so much stigma about soy, but what people don't realize is that the stigma soy has is on processed soy. Soy that's been highly processed is not so good for you, but the soy in our complete is like, it's water washed. So it's really not processed, and then it's crushed and then it's put into our protein powder. So it's like the safest type of soy you can eat. And you know, countries like some of the healthiest countries like in Asia, that's what they eat is soy, and it's very good for you. And then it also has mushrooms, which is a great source of vitamin D, and I can't say enough about having vitamin D in your diet. And so I love to do different things with these shakes. I make protein bites, we make smoothies, we do, I know Sharon's favorite is the pudding bowls. You can make pancakes and muffins. I mean, it's just incredible the amount of things you can do with it. Okay, Sharon, okay. And then like you saw in the picture earlier, right? I said in my tower garden, my son was holding that huge Swiss chard. I did that. And I am someone who has a black thumb. Like I could never keep anything alive before getting the tower garden. My husband laughed at me when I said, I'm getting one of those. But I have been growing on mine now for 9 years. And I've grown so many things, and it makes me so proud. Like I feel so accomplished because I really am neglectful of my tower garden. I'm probably the most neglectful gardener you'll meet, but the tower garden is so forgiving because it waters itself. And like you can see here, it uses less than 98% of water. than if you were doing it in traditional soil. You have no idea. When I saw how much water is used in a traditional garden, I almost fell out my chair. I was like, oh my goodness, that's a lot. But this system recycles the water. It uses less than 90% of space. So you can have this pretty like beautiful garden compactly, vertically in your yard and not have to, take out a plot of land to start your garden. It produces 30% more yield. I mean, who wouldn't want that? It grows 3 times faster than in the soil. Okay, so you plant your seeds and within 4 weeks, you'll have like a head of lettuce. You're eating your salad. It's incredible. And it's safe and nutritious. And my kids, if you have children, they gravitate to it because it's just like so cool. They get to see it growing every day. I mean, literally every day you go out there, you see it like getting bigger. And so it's really cool. And we have them in schools and churches and all different types of places have incorporated these because it also comes with a curriculum that we offer to people who want to add it into like a homeschooling situation or into their school system. Okay, so this is one of our newest, but not super newest additions to our product line, which is a plant-based omega. I believe it got incorporated maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And I don't know about you, but my mom was old school. We grew up where she would line us up and we had to take a spoonful of cod liver oil. Oh my gosh, it was awful. So I know there's benefits to omegas because my mom kind of instilled that in us, but I hated cod liver oil. I hated fish oils because of the burps. And so this omega is so amazing. And what I truly love is the fact that it's full spectrum. Now, I didn't know there was more spectrums in like 3 and 6, but I learned through the company that there's a full spectrum of omegas, which has so many various benefits, and it's all from plants. They went directly to what fish eat to get their omegas, which is the plant algae. And then they also went to other sources of omegas. Like you can see here, sea, buckthorn berry, pomegranate seed oil, raspberry oil, safflower seed oil, and tomato seed oil, all plant-based, which is just incredible to think of. It actually tastes kind of like I give it like a rosy taste and it's like orangey. If like kids pop them in their mouth and chew them, like I wouldn't do that with cod liver oil. And what had happened with me by taking these, it's beneficial for the heart, for the brain, for the joints, for the skin, and for your eyes. And I noticed a change in my vision. So now I've been taking this for close to 4 years, I believe, and my vision has improved in my 40s. And everyone told me as I approached my 40s, oh, your vision's going to go downhill. It's going to get worse. My vision has reverted back to what it was when I was in high school and I first had to get glasses. So my eyes have continued to improve every year. I've gone back to the optometrist and I wish they would ask me what I'm doing, but they haven't. But I have to attribute it to this because what else? I haven't done anything else different. I've taken Juice Plus, I've been able to maintain, but since I added the omegas, my vision has gotten better. So you never know what it's going to go to work on, right? Okay. So what makes Juice Plus unique? Now, this is what got me because, I was used to vitamins and isolated vitamins, which a lot of times you don't know what that's really doing in your body. But Juice Plus is food. It's actually the food that God created for us to eat, and it's put into a capsule or gummy form. So your body knows like what to do with it, other than like something that's isolated. A lot of times your body's kind of like, well, I usually work in synergy with something else, but I don't see that other thing. So now you're releasing it in your urine, and that's called expensive urine. So Juice Plus is actually food. When you look at the label, it has a nutrition label. It's made with non-GMO ingredients. It's vegan, kosher, dairy, and gluten-free. And I love the fact that it's always been that way. It's not something that they decided to add in because that was a trendy thing to do. Juice Plus has been around for over 25 years. And from inception, they have been all these things. That's how forward-thinking this company is. It's also NSF certified, which is a third party that makes sure, nonprofit company that makes sure that what is on the label is in the product and what's in the product is on the label. They even take it a couple of steps further and they make sure there's no herbicides or pesticides used on any of the produce that's in our product. There's no banned substances. And then we have Olympians that actually use Juice Plus during their training into the Olympics because we have NSF certification, and that's like the highest seal of approval. And then last but not least, it's the most researched brand name nutritional product in the world. So that just like puts us at the top of things out there. We have the research that backs up all the things that people notice happening in their bodies. And so there's over 40 published studies at this time, and they're incredible studies. Okay, so I'm going to touch on this real quick. There's a lot to look at, but these are just the universities and medical institutions that have conducted studies on Juice Plus. And every time I see this, I'm so impressed because Yale University, guys, my friend was like starting Yale University back when I first heard of Juice Plus. He was getting his master's there. And I was just like, wow, you're Ivy League, like so impressive. The fact that they've done a study on Juice Plus, incredible. There's UF. Now I'm an FSU alumni, but still I have to respect that UF did a study on Juice Plus. Then there's also medical institutions and universities all around the world, not just here, but also in Germany and in the Netherlands and Japan and England, where I'm from. I mean, so many different places. So that just tells you like fruits and vegetables are good for everyone on this planet, not just for one group of people. And the fact that they went that step further to have this research, I think is incredible. Okay, so here's a quick synopsis of some of the studies that have been done. And I just love this because fruits and vegetables contribute to cardiovascular wellness. Guys, I always thought that I needed to be like hitting cardio really hard at the gym and getting my run on in order to improve my cardiovascular wellness. I had no idea that fruits and vegetables could do that in the body until I heard this information. So I was so impressed by that. It supports a healthy inflammatory response. So now what that means is it reduces systemic inflammation. A lot of people are walking around with systemic inflammation that is usually the onset of a disease or illness. The fact that you can reduce that is incredible. Like you're helping to reduce you getting a disease or illness. It supports a better quality of life. Like they've done studies on cancer patients and pre-diabetic adolescent boys, and we see that quality of life is so different and better. Supports healthy cholesterol, supports healthy lung function, healthy skin and gums. It's so funny how many times, like when a lot of us are together that take Juice Plus, people are always like, wow, you guys just look really good. It's like this healthy glow that we have from taking all these fruits and vegetables and nutrients. It supports the immune system. And you know, that's what a lot of people are looking to do right now, is to help support the immune system and have a healthier immune system. And it protects your DNA. And it also reduces oxidative stress that Sharon referred to earlier. So I love that it's actually absorbed by the body. And this statement by Dr. Du Bois, he's an infectious disease doctor, highly renowned in Georgia. And he says there is nothing else available any place in the world with or without a prescription that has been clinically proven to do what Juice Plus has been proven to do. Like, just drop the mic on that. That's incredible. That really is incredible. And so we also have something that we offer called the Shred 10 program, which is like a healthy jumpstart and detox. If you're looking for something with some strict guidelines, well, not super strict, because I feel like it's totally doable, but it comes along with coaching and cookbooks and a lot of support by if you plan to do it. And it's just a great way to 10 days say, okay, I'm going to stick to this. I'm going to incorporate the shakes and add in my capsules, and you're going to detox and you're going to feel so much better by the end of this. And you're probably going to start incorporating a lot of the habits that you do within those 10 days for longer. So what makes this Shred 10 different from a lot of things out there? You know, there's so many diet plans out there, but a lot of times when people are doing these diets, they're not getting rid of the toxins that are in their body. So they're dieting, losing weight, and then the toxins are even more in their body, as you can see in that top picture, because they didn't release the toxins. So what happens is a lot of times they're going to rebound because the toxins need that fat to surround them in order to not cause havoc in your body. So when you do the Shred 10, you're actually releasing the toxins. So afterwards, you will maintain that. You're more likely to maintain that and not have like a serious rebound after you do this detox.
Okay, well,
So,
I'm gonna do this slide so I can just
yes.
close it. I really appreciate you talking, Michelle. I love listening to you. That's why I kind of was like, oh, it's my turn. Okay, so for me, I love listening to Michelle. This has been a lifestyle change, and I introduced it to Michelle, so I've made an impact on her and her family, and that's what we do. We love it. We're inspiring healthy living, and it really doesn't cost a lot. It depends on what you're comparing. Fruits and vegetables too. This is fruits and vegetables in a capsule. It's not a vitamin. So it costs $2.50 a day for the trio blend, which is what I recommend as the foundation product. You can get just the red and green and it's less. Nowadays, most people are ordering the fruits, the vegetables, and the berries. And for me, it's not like buying a vitamin or a supplement. It's like buying a better body, because truly your immune system's stronger, you're stronger, you have more energy throughout the day, stuff like that. And then your kids can get it free, which is really neat, ages 4 to 18, and also undergraduate and college. And then the shake, I live off the shake. I was like, honey, I didn't have any dinner. He brought me a shake. So, it's a great go-to meal. It only costs $2.33 per scoop or serving. We have little packets too. And it's a real good breakfast, a rainy breakfast, stuff like that. And it's the most healthy meal you could have in a day. And that's from Dr. Pam Popper, who looks at a lot of meals on journals, and she says that. And then the omega is $1 a day. A lot of people see the value in the omega, but we just wanted to share that with you today. These things have had a huge impact on our health. And we totally, totally love that you guys have come here and listened. And we're going to stop the recording, and anyone who wants to go or needs to go can. And then your mom, oh, I thought you were starting to say your mom is here. I see that in the chat. And so if you have a question, though, we're going to answer it. And if you want to stay on, you're welcome to. But I want to be able to let you go if you need to go. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I hope that you'll definitely eat more fruits and vegetables. Think of us while you're shopping in the produce area. Spend some time there, get those dark, dense fruits and vegetables, and see what you would like to do about Juice Plus. Get with the person who invited you.